What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shawn CPA coming back at you with another video. Today, this is just a quick rant I have towards business owners because I've noticed this one thing that every new business owner does that drives me crazy and that I think is really hurting small business owners and people that are new to starting a business. And that is not keeping track of your finances as well as you should be. That means not knowing how to do your books, not caring to do your books or learning to do your books, and just overall not having a good sense of where your business is financially. I talk to a lot of people in my experience that are trying to start something or have started something, and they have a good feeling about it. You know, they're like, yeah, I'm picking up steam, I'm doing this and that, got this guy, gonna close this guy, doing this deal, blah, blah, blah. But they don't know their numbers. They don't know, oh, this is my fixed cost, this is my variable cost, this is my cost per acquisition of a lead, this is my cost to convert a lead, blah, blah, blah. So they might be excited of, I'm going to close this guy that I've been talking to, he'll be a big client for my business, blah, blah, blah. But they don't even know what the margins are on that. They don't even know if they're going to make any money, because they don't actually know their numbers. They don't know if they get this guy, it's actually going to be a loss for their business because they haven't taken the time to measure how much it might cost to provide service to that client or to fulfill that order or make that bid. And it's not just in the client aspect of the business. I've noticed they don't know how much they're paying in taxes. They don't really know their own salary, if they have a salary, or their draw. They don't know their monthly bills. They don't know anything related to the finances of their business, or they don't know enough of it for it to be useful. And this is very dangerous. It's not enough to just be running out, getting clients, delivering services and delivering my product, blah, blah. You have to know if it's even working. I have a guy who, his business, he had a massive jump in revenue last year compared to the year before that. So during the 2020 pandemic, he had a huge year compared to his last year. And he thinks he's in good shape, but he doesn't know anything about accounting. He doesn't really care to know. He just kind of saved all of his receipts. So I asked him, what was your net profit? He was like, you mean what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? How much money did you actually make that you can keep? And he's like, I'd have to total everything up and I'd have to get back to you on that one. I'm like, okay, so you're asking me about tax planning and your tax bill and you don't even know how much you made. You might have lost money last year and you don't even know it. Or if he might feel like he probably did most likely make money, probably feels like he likely made money. But now he's not prepared for his taxes because he doesn't know. What if he made more money than he thought and he has a huge tax bill coming that he hasn't set aside money for, or the opposite? Maybe he thought he was doing good and he lost a bunch of money and he doesn't even know that he's down bad, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And new business owners, I know you guys have a lot on your mind. You have a lot of things to do, a lot of clients to get, business to win, of course. And doing your books and learning accounting probably isn't the most exciting part of the process. Believe me, I know. That's why you should get somebody like me or an accountant, or even just learn QuickBooks or something and just get it done. But you need to know these things. Accounting is a language of business, and if you don't speak the language of business, how far do you think you can really get? If you don't know what's going on down to the dime, down to the penny in your business, you're in for a bad time. Not to mention, when you do come to your accountant for tax stuff, they can't help you if they don't know. Think of an accountant as they look under the hood of your car. They can't do that if you don't even have the keys to the car. You know what I mean? You got to figure that stuff out. And the other thing is for a lot of businesses, their tax bill is their one biggest expense. So if you can't predict that expense, you're in bad shape. There's a lot of potential for pain there. If you can't predict what's going to be your biggest bill of the year because you don't keep track of your records very well and you don't know your books and your numbers, you're in for a bad time. yeah, so that's what I got to say on that. I'll keep it short. I will make another video about taxes being the biggest bill for most business owners, but that's a whole other topic. But that's my rant on that. Business owners, figure out your books, watch a couple YouTube videos just to understand the very basics of a balance sheet, of a profit and loss statement. Pay somebody to do your QuickBooks if you really don't want to learn it at all. And this brings me to actually a second point, or a final point. You don't even know if you can afford to pay somebody to do your books if you don't do your books. The guy I was talking to that I mentioned earlier, he doesn't even know if he can afford me to do his taxes for him, or if he can afford anybody to do his taxes for him, or if he needs to like go to H&R Block or something, because he doesn't know if he's made any money. He knows he's spent money and he's brought in revenue. He doesn't know what's left. So business owners, look out for yourselves, man. Do some research on YouTube, Google some stuff, get your accounting together. At least at the bare minimum, you should be able to have an Excel sheet with all of your revenues, all of your expenses, and see what the difference was at the end of the year. Okay. That's the end of my rant. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, bell notification, all that stuff. Gets me lit for the algorithm and helps the channel grow. Appreciate you watching. I'm Shawn Gill CPA, and I will catch you next time. Peace.